Hello, family. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing really well. I was not planning to come on live today, and then after just like tuning in this morning and just feeling like it's Wednesday, usually it's Wisdom Wednesdays, and this message came up, so I'm just gonna follow my intuition and follow what's meant. If it's your first time here, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Shika, your conscious mentor, medicine woman, Reiki master, supporter to help you in your consciousness, community, and shadow work. Um, Today, I'm going to be channeling some deep messages for this Aries full moon that is coming up on October 9th. However, it does start affecting us tomorrow and 3 days after. So 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after, which is so huge. In this reading, I'm going to be just pulling collective readings. It's going to hit a lot because there's a lot of deep medicine. I was channeling this morning, so much stuff. If this is your first live with me and you're live, let me know in the comments because I love connecting with you guys. And this is one of the main reasons why I love doing lives. I'm going to pull out my channel messages because there's a lot and there's more that's going to come up. And Spirit was like, just go on, just channel, and then things will come up. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, I changed it. I was like, it's funny because Aries, and I'm like, this is such Aries vibes to have a red here. So, been wanting to do it for a while. And back in the summer when I was just like not ready to honor that energy. And then now it's like a new season. I'm like, I'm feeling it. So get your boots on because this is going to be a deep reading and channel. I already feel like it's going to be really deep. If you have not seen my energy update on the Aries full moon, I do have that uploaded. I am recording today for you guys a meditation energy healing for you. My hair is red. Love it. Hey, Nicole. Hello, Ignite. Hello, hello. So yeah, I just, if you are interested, this is a really great little add-on to that video. And then I'll also be posting. I also have a really great announcement that I'm really gonna excited to share. Again, this is another reason why I wanted to intuitively come on here and why this moon is so powerful for all of us. Is I will be hosting a live energy healing. Guys, I haven't done one for a while. Any OGs here who's been with me since I started YouTube? It's been ages. So I will be hosting on October 10th, still the peak of the full moon. I'm in Canada, so it's a long weekend. I'm spending my time with Thanksgiving this weekend. We celebrate a little bit earlier here. So after the long weekend, I felt like it would be good to do a little healing circle. We'll be doing a ritual. We'll be doing all the things, ritual, moon circles, shamanic healing. You'll get all of that and you'll get the recording. So if you would like to sign up for that, it's down below. It'll be via Zoom and you will get access to the recording after to use it if you want to on the days after the moon. Okay, so let's get into this reading. I want to open this space first for the portal to open before we get into it. So if you can close your eyes, if you cannot because you're driving, do not do that, or you're watching this at work. But just be present with your body for a second. And we're going to take some 3 deep breaths just to attune. Yes, hit the like button and subscribe too. Thank you, Nicole, for the love. Just to share this with everyone else because this is going to be a really deep one. Okay, so let's close our eyes. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. I just want you to focus on your breath. We're going to tune into just opening the space for benevolent ancestors, guides, guardians, star family, angels for our highest good to come into the space and to support us to move through this Aries full moon that's happening on October 9th, 2022, allowing us to receive any messages that we need to 3 days before the day of and 3 days after for our highest timeline. We thank you for holding the space for us and anchoring the space as we go into this portal, receiving all messages, all truths. inviting the air element to welcome the Aries energy. We thank you for allowing us to be reminded to be in flow. When you're ready, take a deep breath in, exhale out, and open your eyes. Okay, let's get into the reading. So there's a lot of things that came out for me. The past few days have been such a mind trip. I don't know if anyone else has been feeling it. Has anyone been feeling tired? Like your body is tired. Doesn't matter what you do. It feels like you're so exhausted. Like I've been doing so much dream work, and I know a lot of people have been as well. So during this time, the biggest thing I want to start with, and it's funny because this was the last thing that's been coming up, but I'm going to repeat it here. Some of you are setting and resetting around a 7-year reset of a pattern, an ending of some sort. So what's coming up for me here is that you guys are ending something 7 years ago. So tune into when we look into worthiness. What is something that you ended at 7 years ago? So let's ask the cards here for this Aries full moon. What is the cycle that we're all moving through and we're ending at this time for our highest timeline? Okay, woo. Okay, we got a lot of cards coming up. Leg up, loyal heart. Okay, so this has everything to do with relationships. This Aries full moon is energetically tuning us to our relationships, relationship with ourselves, and in specifically intimate relationships. We're talking family, we're talking past partners, we're talking all things. The first thing is we have two lovers cards here. So we have the leg up. I don't know if you guys can see because of lighting, and the loyal heart. And I want to go into this. So, leg up is saying, don't be afraid during this Aries full moon to ask for help. Ask help for the unseen, but also asking help from people around you. The leg up is almost like that pride, that ego. Some of you are battling the ego of thinking that asking for help is a weakness. And during this Aries full moon, is really going to make us slow down to see a deeper and bigger picture. Air flow, right? The element of flow, the element of feeling, the element of that energy of just like allowing and trusting that spirit's going to bring us to the relationships and the things that we need to see. I want to read this a little bit deeper. We have 3-4 on this card. So 3-4, the number represents adding together is 7. 7 was 7 years. So it's not no coincidence that I talked about 7 years when I channeled before I even pulled this card. And now this card's saying leg up. So 7 years ago, what are some things that your ego and your pride wouldn't allow you to ask for help for? During this Aries full moon, it's like, you got to move that out. Okay. You need to move it out, that you need to be this one man soldier, working through this work, because you're not alone. You're not doing this alone. I feel like some of you also got burnt a little bit 7 years ago. I don't know if like there's a relationship where someone just really burnt you really badly and you're still holding on to some grudges and some anger there. Allow yourself to explore the anger that is there to bring you back into balance. So self-criticism, the wounded ego, bam, there we go. Unnecessary drama. So some of you are just looped in this drama that's coming up that's preventing you to be in alignment and flow. So intuitively, what I'm feeling is like your intuition, a lot of you are being reset during this Aries full moon on October 9th, 2022, 3 days before, the day of, and 3 days after. So just tuning into, and I know a lot of you guys always ask me, they're like, Shika, do you have a cold? I don't. It's just that every time I channel, my third eye opens up so much. And especially if I've done happy, it just like comes down. So I don't have a cold. Yes, I use oregano oil, all the things. It just depends. Like if there's a lot of energy moving, flowing through me, big. Chiron and Aries. Woo! That means that this is definitely soul contracts coming in. So there is a story woven into the imperfect fabric, life that tells you to hurt and loss, rejection, humiliation, self-loathering, ignorance, and suffering born on the ancestry drama. So when I tune into this, one thing that's coming up is like some of your souls have been feeling like, oh my gosh, this earth life has been really hard. It's been really difficult. Maybe this earth life for you has been like, for especially for old souls here, hard. You know, you've lost a lot of people, which has caused you to just be that one man, one being, one woman soldier. And it's now time to be like, okay, reset. Remember, 7 is the divine truth. It's divine truth of where am I using my ego to protect myself, to not be seen as weak. Again, leg up is just coming up. I really want to go over this. So, a shadow work prompt I'm going to put out there for you that's channeling is just saying that 7 years ago, what are some things in my life that I felt shameful or I felt humiliated or I felt rejection or I felt loss, whether it's a loss of someone leaving the earth life, whether it's a loss of a job, whether it's a loss of a relationship, whether it's a loss of self after going through a trauma. This Aries full moon is going to ignite that for you to flow in your emotions and to reset it. So there's going to be kind of like a death that I feel like a lot of you are going to go through. And I'm sending you love. I'm sending you genuine love for that. But the beauty in death is there's not really any death. It's just regenerating that energy, right? So today, know that none of this actually is true in the sense of less of this world is crumbling down. Some of you feel like there's a lot crumbling down in this moment because you're resetting so many paradigms within your own world. But again, don't be afraid to call in community. Community is stronger. And this is why for this full moon, I'm offering this healing circle, like I mentioned. So if you are interested in joining my healing circle for the Aries full moon, it's down below. I'm going to be posting an energy healing meditation like I always do. But the reason why is Spirit saying community, we need to come together. We need to know that we're not crumbling. We need to know that we can ask for help. That is not a weakness. Where has your younger self had to pull up the socks and like show that you were tougher, right? Tougher. No, this is not the time that it is like to be like I'm stronger. Stronger means isolating myself and doing this healing journey on my own. No, we need to ask for help so we can have that same divorce, exactly what happened last year. So relationships is going down. Thanks, girl. Ooh, the red's been giving me vibes. It's been channeling some deep things. So, one of the things that I will say is relationships specifically, intimate relationships 7 years ago. Okay. Divorce. We talked about that. And I mentioned about relationships, breakups, someone cheating on you. If that resonates, it's coming in. Maybe a friendship that did something bad to your perspective or did not feel loyal to you. Now it's time for you to allow the ego to step forward and say, I feel wounded, and to embody that emotion that is coming through. Okay. Be in flow. Don't restrict what is here and ask for help. Ask for support. I think this is so key. We have this card that is working well with the leg up, which is the loyal heart. Loyal heart is some of you are asking for commitment, and this goes into my second channel message, which I talked about in the reading that I posted, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper into this. Some of you are going to be having some relationship with the word commitment. Like that word is really going to be talked about. Maybe some of you will have conversations about kids. Maybe you'll have conversations about you changing through your shadow work. And now it's like, how do I want to show up differently in this rebirth with my partner? No more hiding who you are and having these two worlds. Now it's a time to go into that loyal heart and say, like, what am I here to commit? We have 3, 5, which is 8. 8 is abundance, 8 is love. So it's definitely talking about intimacy again. Some of you will be forced to be in flow and not put so much pressure on why isn't my partner showing up? This is going to be really deep. So why isn't my partner showing up? That we tend to point fingers and say our partners are not showing up, our friends aren't showing up, our family's not showing up, grand rising, all these things. But then it's like, okay, if we were to just take off that pressure on ourselves and on that person and just say, we can just focus and trust that that person has our back. And this is why I'm saying leg up. This is like the biggest card. Where were you wounded 7 years ago is causing you to be super controlling of how you want people and things and outcomes to commit to you. Those two things come hand in hand. So it's like the more we can be in flow of tuning into those wounds, the more that we can be at ease and not always constantly feel like we're on the go. And that's what's exhausting your soul. That's why a lot of our energy, your soul feels unrest because it's keeping an eye out to see like, when will I be heard again the way I was 7 years ago? Tune into that. I want to read this really powerful card coming in. So fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove the faithful to you, and you will then turn committed to them in to return. So it's like, how can I prove to myself I am committed? right? Some of you want committed relationships, but you got to catch yourself and say, like, how am I being committed in the same way to myself, to my soul, to my spirit? How am I committing to the fear? How am I committing to the ego trying to block something? How am I committing to understanding that rejection is spirit actually protecting me? I don't know if any of you know this, but rejection is protection. However, imbalanced rejection is feels like abandonment. That's a really deep one to come through. So here it's saying, how can you let go of the fear that you're going to be abandoned or you'll be left alone? A lot of fear of loneliness here, and instead focusing on how great it would feel to have such a committed. How would it feel to be not even have to second guess anyone's intention and their why they're friends with me, why they're in a relationship with me, what do they want in the, like, how would that feel embodying that part of yourself? So know that spirits is always loyal to you. No matter what the outer circumstances in your life, trust that you have faith for your eternally loved ones and really coming into divinely protected and divinely directed. Trusting that you asking for help might be an earth angel that is giving you a message. So it's almost like I feel like spirit knows that your ego will not take the message directly from your higher self for some of you. So they're kind of sending these like angel earth angels, is what I like to call. They're people who talk to us and strangers and family members that just say things at the right time and it hits. And then you're like, oh, this is amazing. Like I can receive that, right? It's almost like when we get a reading, for example, like here. And even though you know these things, once you can get confirmation visually, it's like you believe it that much more. It's like the human needs confirmation from other people, and that goes into a such deeper wound with the Aries full moon. How much of you are looking for the commitment? This is going to hit commitment of other people and their confirmation more than yourself. So the biggest block for us right now with this Aries full moon is we are asking others to commit. But at the end of the day, that commitment is you asking them to be pleased. So it gives you permission to move forward and ask for what you want. Then you're living a life waiting for an empty bucket that's not going to really fulfill the soul and the spirit within you. And again, these are just messages hitting hitting truth here. You guys know when I channel things, for us to get to light, we also have to tune into truth. And truth can be light as well, but it's knowing that this is really big. Like this is so huge that's coming in. That was really big for me to witness this past couple days, and I'm sure for you guys, is we are putting so much pressure for everyone outside of us to commit. But yet, the commitment that we're asking for is actually the pleasing and the confirmation that we need permission from someone else to be our highest timeline. There is no more guru culture. That is no longer a thing. When you watch a video, whether it's mine or anyone else's, you are receiving something and it is igniting something in you. But at the end of the day, whatever you do with that information is up to you. So, how do you commit to yourself by receiving what hits and actually putting action to it? And this brings me to a whole other thing with wounded masculine. And you guys, any wounded masculine, put a blue heart emoji because this is going to hit. This Aries full moon is going to pull into, you can't ask the masculine to commit to you from a victim space. If you're asking for commitment out of fear of what happened to you from your experience from the masculine in the past, Aries full moon is going to teach you that you can retrust the masculine again. I've been having a lot of conversations with other amazing conscious people saying there's so much space for feminine energy and everything. And I agree, there needs to be more space holding for the masculine. And that's why I'm opening more, and all beings opening more space, because I would love to have more diversity in as far as like feminine, masculine, non-binary, whatever that you align with, because that is what's going to allow us to know what we need to shift in ourselves. Because at the end of the day, every soul has the feminine, masculine in us. And when we don't trust the masculine, we're not trusting, we're not committing to something in ourselves, as well, equally. It's mirroring something in ourselves that's living inside of us, right? It's like if you take a fruit and it's rottening and you put these fresh fruits that you got at this amazing farmer's market and it's in your little fruit bowl and you put all your fresh fruits that are not even ripe yet, what will happen? A few days will pass, those fruits will overripe, and all of the energy from this fruit that is rotting, that is dying, that is like going through the emotions of sadness and not trusting and not wanting commitment, not wanting help, not wanting the ego to be hurt, that fruit absorbs the energy of everything else and expects everything else to go as well. It is a mirror of that fruit. The fresh fruit also becomes the rotten fruit. So, do you see what I mean by that? It's like at the end of the day, we're all mirrors of each other and we're all triggering and initiating. But instead of taking the word trigger and initiate, how do we say this as like experience? I'm learning and I'm experiencing what happened 7 years ago. And I'm embodying that feeling and that emotion to help me during this Aries full moon to be in flow and to clean up, which was the last card that got pulled out here. A lot of you are being called to clean up a lot of stuff. I don't know about you. I've been really called to purge. Like I just got someone to come and clean my space and just have someone clean the area because like I just got back from Peru about a month and a bit ago after going through deep initiations with Condor Eagle and medicine work and all that. And I was like, I need to reset my space to align my energy right now. So some of you during this Aries full moon are noticing that you are still you have an option. You can receive that same ego, rejection, seeing those things as, working against you, or you can have an opportunity of seeing this as a light to an opening of cleaning up something in your life, to clean up something emotionally, clean up something physically. Been purging a lot of clothes, clothes that I've been holding on to, thinking, oh, I'm going to lose more weight and look a little bit different and blah, blah, blah. And like go back to how I was when I was like in my young teens, because those were my favorite shorts at the time. I'm like, no, like throw them out. We're done. It's not helping you. It's not helping me. We need to throw them out. So clean up. Let's get into that. We have 2-1. 2-1 is 3. 3 is the angel number. So our guided angels, every single one of us, whether we have seen them or not, has a specific angel guardian that works with us every time we come back to this human life, to this earth life. And they support us. So they're kind of like our like librarians slash like OG therapists, and they're always there for us. Okay. So I think that's so huge. Getting to the core of the situation, freedom of burden, cleaning up the house and sweeping up what no longer needed. So we're going back to tuning into sweeping up the rejection, sweeping up that life's against you, sweeping up that the masculine is always going to constantly not honor you, sweeping up that you can't be in your feminine and be emotional, sweeping up the feeling that every person that you're going to date or be with or have a friendship has to honor all of the things that you didn't receive from the past. You're putting so much pressure on the other person and yourself. Let's not do that. Okay? So I think that's so huge. What if you write the number 3 in your signature? That's just your number. There's some things in spirituality where like I feel like mean things, but sometimes as when we go into the spiritual world, we tend to like not see things just as it is. And I saw this beautiful conversation actually with one of you here on a premiere, and it was just a great reminder. And we were just conversing, and one of the things that they shared was that sometimes we forget to just like look at things as is, right? And when we go into the spiritual world, it's so easy for us to overanalyze things and want it to be more. Sometimes it just is. Sometimes we just got cheated on and we can receive that and not look at other things to escape the truth of it. Sometimes we outgrow a relationship and see that and just not overthink the meaning of it. Be in flow of that emotion. Be in that flow of receiving that. So again, with commitment needs to be receiving. In order to commit, we need to be willing to receive what is there, or we find ourselves in these loops. And again, we can reset so much when we can listen and take action. right? One of the biggest things I say to all of the people I work with when I do my one-on-ones is like, I'm giving you the healing, but 80% is outside of our session. Because what's going to happen is once we do this healing and we start to uproot things, you have now a choice to take what you've healed and put it into action in your world. Or you can go back to your same routines and go back to the 7 year route, like the 7 year cycle. So just be mindful, during this weekend to give yourself time. A lot of us are going to be grieving some old versions of ourselves. A lot of us are going to be grieving old relationships, partnerships. And this brings me to another big message that I cannot wait to share with you guys. I'm going to read the comments here. Um, that's random. I think of that was 3 as well. Da, 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 da. 13 has been my number. Keep coming to in 20 years. Claim that. When I ordered Sananga, it was blue bottle chakra. That's amazing. I'm happy you got the Sananga, Joel. Okay, so a couple of things I want to share with you guys. One, okay. I'm going to go into the idea of relationships and why this Aries full moon is so heavily, deeply on relationships. And this comes to claiming worthiness. I'm going to be specific with that because claiming worthiness is very generic. Claiming worthiness within being your own individual soul and spirit and also being the human. So when we look into soul contracts, and this is really huge with this Aries full moon that's happening on October 9th, 2022, there are 2 layers of our being. There is the soul commitment and there's the human commitment. So the soul commitment is like you've met this person in a past life. You guys are a twin flame. There is history here. There is such a deep truth to their soul. This is the most purest version of the person. We each have access to this. And this is what we find when we're in this relationship and there's just this like feeling of stillness, this feeling of truth, this feeling of like fully unconditional love, whether it's a friendship or someone just seeing you for who you are, whatever it is. Then we get to the human, and this is where shadow work is so important. Healing, working with the moon is so important. And with this Aries full moon that's happening on October 9th, 2022, we are starting to see more people's human commitment. Human commitment means that now that your soul is at this pureness, how do you show up in this world with that commitment to yourself? So, for example, let's give an example. Say you meet this person and their soul and their spirit is amazing. You guys have a lot of things in common, all the things, but they aren't able to provide you commitment in a relationship. They want it to be open. They don't want it to be like one person, or maybe they're just like, I'm still feeling into it. Okay. What this is converting to is like their human is not ready to commit to you. And the human is the masculines taking action. In order for us to transition to the purest version and to bring that into our highest timeline in the future, in this present moment, we need to take that essence and activate it through the action we do in our everyday. I always say that we are all walking ceremonies. When you walk, you ignite something in people as much as they ignite something in you. You are a walking ceremony. Walking ceremony. So when we think about that, we have to ask ourselves, what is our human commitment? How are we acting and showing up during this Aries full moon? On feeling worthy and claiming that and no less. And that looks like having a conversation in your relationships after meditating with this Aries full moon of what commitments do you want in your partnerships, work relationships, friendships, and future relationships? Ask yourself, do you commit to yourself that exact same way and show up the best you can every day? Some days you won't be able to show up 100%. Like, for example, today, I've been going to the gym and I love going to the gym, but I've been very intuitive. Sometimes I go 20 minutes, sometimes I go 30 minutes, sometimes I go an hour, sometimes I go an hour and a half. But I show up. But I'm also understanding to look at my ego because my ego gets hurt sometimes and says, hey, Chica, like we need to take a break. Today is a tired day. You need to rest. But then that is when my being, my human starts to get connected with like the body dysmorphia and all those things that I had in the past when I was a teen. So it was this relationship of understanding that our soul commitment is committing to the spirit and the energy of our inner self and our highest level, our highest timeline. The human commitments, how do we show up and flow? How do we show up in alignment? How do we trust spirit fully. And I want to pull out an ancestor card because one's coming out for me and I don't know why, but they're like, pull us, please. So let's see what they're saying about this relationship. Let's see what card we have on worthiness and relationships. And then I'm going to finish up the, okay. Set the sights higher. Okay, so number one, some of you are really settling. And I know a lot of you are fearful of rejection and fearful of people not receiving what your needs are. But if you keep becoming small, you will get everything else in your life as small. If you want more, this is really gonna hit. People want abundance and they want clarity and they want a relationship, all the common things people always want to manifest, right? We each want that human experience, that emotion, that feeling. But if we continue to settle and commit to ourselves half, ash, if you will, if you know what I mean, then how in the world do you expect spirit to commit to you the exact same way? They're always there and they're willing to give you your throne. But the thing is like you need to see bigger, see larger. When my throat starts to itch, that means I'm about to channel. So if I don't remember this, just write it down or rewatch this part. Ooh, okay. I'm just receiving the message. Whoa. Okay. I just want to reiterate that the number that is on this card is 7-8. The first two cards we got was a leg up, loyal heart. Those cards together is 7-8. So I'm going to say they're going to connect to relationships. That's what's coming up for me. Okay, give me a second because I don't know why this card is. I'm getting so many messages right now as I'm talking to you guys. Okay, here. Go beyond the limitations and believe that the impossible is possible. Do you remember wishing on a star when you were a child? And this innocence of believing that it will come true? What part of you stopped believing that you were worthy to receive that and more? What part of you made you feel like you had to be smaller? Taking a moment for that. And we're going to do a little exercise here because I feel called to. Was not planning to do this. I want you to close your eyes or either be just present, and we're going to do something that I feel like is going to really open you up to see where you're at. Okay, so we're going to close our eyes, take a deep breath in, exhale out. 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 And as you breathe into your body, I just want you to take a moment to connect with your younger self. So, whatever age that is, just connecting with them, allowing them to come forward into the space, just feeling this warm white light around you and around your younger self. And as you breathe into the space and just connecting with this essence of your youngest version of yourself, your being, I want you to tune into the purest version of your younger self soul, that magical feeling of creating an imagination with no limitations, the version of you that just wants to create and just claim all the things that you want, whether it's, that toy that you wanted, that birthday that you wanted to go to, that food that you wanted, that candy that you wanted, all the fun things as a child that you enjoyed. And you just asked and you received. Or maybe you asked and did not receive. Maybe you were asked and you were rejected. Maybe you were asked and felt guilty for asking. Whatever comes up, allowing and honoring all layers of emotions that are here. And I now want you to ask the spirit of your younger self, at what time, when did you shift that you thought that you had to limit what you had to ask for and what you had to receive? And maybe there's a memory that comes up. It might be a feeling, an emotion, it might be a knowing. When did you start limiting yourself, making yourself small? Making this bright spirit, this light, small? Taking deep breaths into the spaces of your body where you feel that tension and just tuning in a little bit deeper here. And I want your now self to step forward into the space. And I want you to share to your younger self, giving them permission to not limit themselves, to not dim their light, giving them permission and support to be as bright as they want, to receive as much as they're worth, and to allow their heart to guide them. Allowing yourself to embrace yourself in this moment, maybe just grabbing around yourself, holding and hugging yourself, consoling yourself, maybe rubbing the arms up and down as you receive this love. Allowing your heart to maybe just open just slightly as you hold, receiving what's here. Taking 4 deep breaths of gratitude. Breathing naturally back into your body, maybe wiggling the toes and the fingers. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes back into the space. Before sharing in the comments how that felt, I want to just read this. And if you want to close your eyes, you can. But I feel like this is going to really hit your soul after this exercise. Do you remember wishing upon a star when you were a child and in your innocence, believing that the wish would come true? The stargazer connects us to the energy of the cosmos and reminds you that you have the ability to draw in support from the universe. His cloak with the sparkles of light shows that you are closer to energy of the universe than you think. You don't have to go out looking for it. It's already there. So look beyond where you are and create even bigger dreams, visions, and goals, because with the power and help of the cosmos, those wishes can come true. You are on the verge of a miracle, a big blessing. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp, and you are being guided to focus on your vision. The angels who are with you are encouraging you. There is nothing that you can't have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or a pattern of lacking or not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving in blessings. Angel and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible, infinite spark of the universe. And the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. Take a deep breath in with that, receiving that messages, exhaling out, sharing what you feel out of 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, and one word that's coming up when you tune into your highest version of your younger self. This Aries full moon on October 9th, 2022 is all about stargazing. I believe every single one of us dropped from our cosmic family, planets, and we dropped into this earth. And it's funny because as a kid, you know how parents always tell you different stories of how kids are made. My mom actually used to say that I was dropped from the sky and I was brought to her. And it's really interesting because my inner child still believes that. My soul dropped into my body and came here. And here it's just really saying that allow the stars and wish really big on your stars on this full moon. Because here it's about claiming the worthiness of what you want to receive. This isn't about allowing the wonder of the inner child to be second guessed or rejected. Don't reject your younger self the way that your parents did, the way that people around you, the way that the kids at school did. They don't deserve that. But what they are calling you and whispering to you during this Aries full moon is like, come back home. I want to just dream. I want to know that I can receive this. The only thing that's holding you back is your commitment to your younger self, your commitment to your loving yourself. And when you do that, everyone around you will do the same. 9. Oh, I love it. Let me know how you're feeling. 8. Happy that this helped. We're going to pull out a chakra card because it's coming up. Then we're going to end the video. At the end of the message, I looked over and read an actual message that goes along with yours. Can I share? Yes, please do. I for some reason clicked on your video and Spirit led me to here. I love it. Perfect time. Started, and I believe I will work because of you. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for doing that. I love that. We're gonna block. Okay. So we got 2 cards that came up and I want to share them with you guys. Oh, thank you. You guys are earth angels too. So we got a root chakra, solar plexus. I love this because the solar plexus screams inner child with the joy. Allow this joy of your inner self to be ignited. Here is perfection. Stop trying to perfect the dream that you want to create, knowing that creating a dream is supposed to be messy. It's like painting. And when you used to be a kid, baking and making a mess and having fun while doing it, right? But noticing, not taking the way that your parents get, triggered through the mess. Oh, why are you making a mess? Da, da, da. Don't let that dim your light. Allow yourself to play with the flour, have fun with the ingredients, and get messy with what you want to dream. Things aren't supposed to be neat. The Virgos are probably going to be like, Shika, you're really triggering me here. But I just want to share that. I have the same higher standards for myself that I do with others. Again, Aries full moon, commit to self, then the commitment through others will come through. You lead the universe and your collective will respond. That's how it works. And again, if this is hitting you like home and you're like, Shika, I'm in this portal, this is going deep, I encourage you to sign up for the full moon circle healing circle. The link is in the description down below. And I will be going live via Zoom. We'll be doing a healing ritual, a full moon ritual, meditation, shamanic healing. You will get access to the recording on October 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So this is still at the peak of the moon. It's on the 9th at night, close to midnight, but it will be at the peak still. I know everyone's in different time zones, so I will be sending the recording, but I would highly suggest you doing that so you can really access this because we need to come into community for this. This is so important. Okay. Where are the tears coming from? Such beautiful. Just let those tears come out. Love it, Queen. Love you're here. Thank you. But then they stop achieving, but they won't stop achieving your dreams. 100% don't stop achieving. The disbelief of my dreams will not always come true. Was at the age of 16. This message today is a 10 for me. Amazing. So what I want you to do is whatever age that is during this full moon in Aries, when we did that exercise, connect with that version of yourself. Allow them to lead you to the points of your life where you decided to dim your light, when you stopped dreaming bigger, when someone told you, maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was an ex-husband, maybe, or a partner. Maybe it was your first partnership. Maybe it was a friend that you had at school that burnt you and said all these bad things to you. Maybe it was a parent. There's a lot of ancestral healing, karmic stuff coming up for a lot of people with the inner child wound of worthiness. So during this Aries full moon, you might feel like Spirit's going to really test you on your worthiness with the words and the medicine that your family, especially parents, say to you. So notice what is channeled. How is your younger self not feeling safe with those words? Allow yourself to feel it and claim that space of your light. Claim your light. This is so important. To enjoy the beauty of the rose, we must risk being picked by our inner thorns. So how can we be as beautiful as a rose, but also feel the roughness of the thorns and embrace both of these energies? This offers us a new way of living. And the best incentive of change is love, bringing love to those parts of ourselves that we haven't been able to. 11, 11, love it, receiving it. We're going to go with joy, which is a solar plexus. This is your younger self speaking with this message. So just receiving this. Let's just jump and see what happens. Let's just say what we want in our relationships and just say it like this is what I want, this is where I'm at, not fearing rejection, not fearing the breakup, not fearing all those things, going in with love and knowing that whatever outcome is there is meant for us. But first, we need to commit to ourselves in that same way. So work on yourself. Then when the time drops in your body, you will see the message. I feel like it's going to come up after the full moon. I also want to share for all of you that are creating, because a lot of things that were coming up in the last one I talked about is fertility. I'm not going to go into this, but fertility is a big theme for this Aries full moon. And I talk about this in my energy update. So go check out that video. But like I said, this is really, really, really important. Hey, Nadine, really important for you to focus on your joy. So, Dancing Daisy, how could you be this beautiful, loving child in a sunny day on a summer's day, just tuning into joy, what makes you happy, and not letting not letting anything phase your happiness. Even when you're feeling grief, even if you're feeling sadness, why can't you also be happy? Dancing Daisy represents this new joyous phase of your life, a significant change. So, again, a lot of you are ending this cycle after this full moon. Notice how you feel after the 3 days after the ninth. You're going to see and feel like a new cycle. And this is important for you to connect the gap of this full moon. I want you to journal on the third day or on the fourth day after the full moon what has shifted in your body energetically. Because we just did the Mercury retrograde, we did a lot of work with that. Again, a lot of our teen and younger selves are purging at the end of this weekend. So noticing how is your teen self, your younger self feeling more at rest after this? I'm just reading in the comments because you guys are coming in. Thanks for the Wednesday readings. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I've been doing just like Wisdom Wednesdays whenever I feel called. It's not like every week, whenever I feel called. Last 3 weeks have been going deep, but I love it. Huge shifts, a new person. Amazing. So happy to hear that. Your message has really helped me go through a lot of nights. I'm so grateful. Grateful for you guys for doing this work and doing your healing for yourself. So it just makes me happy to hear that. Okay, so what can you invite happiness in your life? So this whole full moon's about happiness in your life and really scripting, what am I worthy to receive? What can I receive? There's so much out there in the quantum. What do you want to receive? You made it just on time. What do you want to receive? Because let me tell you, Spirit is asking you to commit and stop making excuses. Commit. Commit to your younger self, commit to yourself. And when you do that, our partnerships will really see us, we'll feel seen, we'll feel heard, we'll feel loved by them. And we won't have to have this control in our mind. And again, what is control? It's a sign of the wounded masculine coming in. And that's why I'm igniting again. Look and see what happened 7 years ago. Where were you 7 years ago energetically? Where was your younger self 7 years ago? Your teen self? And I can't wait to record this energy healing meditation with you guys. It's going to be dope. And also, the one that I have for our circle on the 10th is going to be huge. So, again, link down below, sign up because you're going to miss out. It's going to be really good. Okay, let's finish this reading with an affirmations card. Letting me know what resonates with you guys because there's so much coming up. There's a few other messages that I have for you guys that are just collective that's coming up before I pull this. One that's coming up really deeply. Anyone who wants to manifest or launch something, you can do it between now and the 15th of October is a great time, specifically for Libras, Scorpios, and Aries. Okay, so if you have that in your chart, see where it hits you. This is a great time to do that. Second thing I want to just ignite and just share is that the collective is being called to find new ways in relationships with money and energy of money. The energy of money and abundance, and I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about like things we receive in this human experience, the soul commitment that we have in this human experience. It's changing, it's up leveling in a very different way. It's almost like those of us who aren't doing the money healing work are really going to be in an old paradigm, and the old paradigm is going down. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a really great time to notice worthiness comes into receiving abundance, to receiving the mask, any receiving. You know, how do you feel guilty? How do you feel uncomfortable when someone does something good for you? You always feel like you have to do something in return. So, again, work on receiving this week. Listen to receiving affirmations, which will be amazing. I have morning and night affirmation video posted in my meditation playlist. That can be very helpful for you if you want to do that. There's also a lot on here. Just do what feels good, but this is a great time to do some affirmations. I'm feeling like affirmations for our fam right now. Let's see if I missed anything else for this full moon in Aries. Get out of your head. As I said that. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. A lot of you are too much in your head, okay? Especially for Libra. What did I say? Libra, Scorpio, and Aries, who are creating some big things this month. Get out of your head. Just do it. Okay, this is a confirmation to do. Yes, do it. Change. Oh my God, these cards are hitting. Okay, we got 2 cards. Loneliness. I know I am never alone. Some of you are feeling really alone. Remember, you're going through a huge, massive change. You're purging your teen and your younger self. It's going to feel lonely because no one knows who you were because you've done all the healing. Hello. But you're not alone because you have this whole lineage of ancestors and guardians that want to support you. So, you know, if you're feeling lonely, please write down this affirmation. I know that I am never alone. I know that I'm never alone. I'm here. We're here. Hello. You're not alone. Next one, change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Okay. If we don't start moving, and that's why the masculine is coming in deep right now. If we don't start moving in the direction of where spirit's asking us to commit, you know, during this Aries full moon, here's another shadow work prompt that's coming in. How do I want to commit and take action for all the things that I'm writing in my manifestation and my scripting? What does that look like? What does that feel like to me? Tuning into that. Yes, I've been listening to your 10-minute morning meditation every morning the past few days. Oh, I love it. I hope you're enjoying it. Let me know, guys, if there's any other videos you would like in the comments. Meditation, healing. Actually, here's the thing. Message down below in the comments section. Make sure it's in the comments on the live. Just sharing what is some videos you would like to see. What are the most helpful videos that you've seen on this channel? I'm going to be creating more and more of those, and it helps me just like create some good things and channel with love, but also channel things that you guys benefit from. So please let me know. Loving to hear. Thank you. I'm like feeling the vibes. Feeling really good with the vibes. So yeah, I just think it's really important right now to really focus on worthiness. The words that are coming up is masculine, receiving, worthiness, relationship, commitment. Those words are really inner child, calling you to come home to dream again. On that note, my inner child's cards here are kind of going, I'm going to just pull these cards because that's what's coming up. Okay. Guys, okay, I don't know why I felt called to pull these cards, but we did. And yeah, okay. Protection. Call back your power, cut the cords. Okay, so some of you, again, I'm going to repeat this. You are going through a death. Something is going to feel a little bit, death. But in the same time, after this full moon, you're going to feel so refreshed. It's like almost like when I do Cambo for people, they're like, oh my God, Chica, this is like, I can't. And for those who don't know, I'm a Cambo carrier. So I do Cambo ceremonies. If you're interested in my medicine work and want to work with me in shadow work and healing, I have 2 retreats coming up, Costa Rica at the end of this month and St. Lucia, which is going to be in my motherlands in the Caribbean in December. So that's an ancestral retreat. The other one's a healer retreat, stepping into your inner healer, your archetype, learning how to be a healer. The remembering one is going to be on ancestral healing. So if you're interested in that, message me on Instagram. We can connect. But every time I connect with people, they're always like, oh my God, this is so hard. Like I'm getting through it. But then when they make it on the other side, they're like, oh, wow, this was so much, like, I'm so happy. I didn't even know I was holding all these things. Remember that the subconscious is what? It can be up to 95% of our brain. So 5% is conscious, is us knowing that you're watching this video. The rest of what's creating the action in your mind and what's creating the outcome of your reality is your subconscious, which is all shadow work and healing. And that's why I say that it's so important for us to do healing, okay? Yeah, Nadine just finished her retreat, which was super amazing. Thanks, love. It was so good. And again, it's such a beautiful, deep, deep rebirth. So if you're interested in retreats, message me. And I also do one-on-one healing, which I have a 6-month container. If you're interested in that, I have 2 spots available. Okay, protection. Call back your power and you're cutting the cords. Soul retrieval. So again, we're cutting some ancestral cords that are coming out. You're cutting out some ex partnerships. Like I feel this deep in my womb, deep in my sacral, my hara. So there's like a big cord that's going to be purged through this. Ladies, women's, okay, your bleed will be a little bit strong if you are purging and letting go, dissolving something there. So just be mindful, create more space with that, create more boundaries with that. That's important. Palladians. Oh, anyone who is cosmic family of Palladians, anyone? If you are, let me know with an alien emoji. Double mission, channeling, uplifting humanity. I'm going to be really specific. Yes, launch that thing that you want to do. Yes, step into your power. There's a reason why I'm doing the Awaken Healer retreat during the lunar eclipse. Okay, all of my retreats work with the moon. So this one's all about we're getting a rise of the new earth, and a lot of you are going to be called, and there will be no way of avoiding for you to do the thing. So, like I said, you have till October 15th to launch something that you want to. Obviously, don't do it because Shika said you gotta launch. No, no, no. Do it if it feels good to you. But you have till October 15th, which is going to really help you for Scorpios, Libras, and Aries. Okay. Next one we have Soul Family, call your tribe. And this is a great one to end on. So, like I said, I'm going to be hosting a live energy healing circle. It's the links down below. 2 hours healing with me. And it's going to be so deep. You can sign up, it's down below for you. You're going to get the recording. We're doing a moon ritual. We're doing healing. We're doing shamanic breath work. We're doing deep, deep medicine and meditation. We're doing a whole thing. So, and you get to do it with some cool people from here. Hello, this is cool. And we get to hang out. So, yeah, soul family, soul family. We're not doing it alone. So just remember to ask for help. Leg up card that we got, the first card from this reading. Ask for help. What part of your ego is afraid to ask for help and support, and you're letting that come through? What chakra deck do I use? So I use Chakra Wisdom Oracle Guide. So anyone who's interested in this card, this is the deck that I use. Good question. I would love to hear about the nervous system response to shadow work and how to breathe and plant medicine heal heightened nervous states of uprooting. Love this question. Love, please post it into the comments down below so I don't see, because after the chat, I won't see it. So just post that again in the comments underneath the video because this will be up. Yeah, so that's basically it. This was such a good reading and such deep readings. I'm just checking in to see if Spirit has any other questions, anything else that they want to share with you. And I feel like there isn't, but if there is, I'm just going to say I'm channeling. So last things to remind you, don't forget to like, share this video. Come back to this video closer to the moon if you want to just like get some things to hit a little bit deeper. What else? And also join me for the amazing Zoom call healing that we're going to be having on the 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. The link's down below to register. I will be posting a meditation for you guys for Friday, this coming up on the 7th of October. 12 p.m. Eastern time will be the premiere for you to do 3 days before, the day of, 3 days after. I have an energy update video that goes deeper into this that you can go check out. And I posted it about a week ago. So you can go watch that as well. I do a lot of things on moons, medicine healing, shadow work, Reiki, all the things on teaching you and helping you to be your own healer. If you are interested in working with me in other containers, we have a lot of things that I offer space. There's a lot of things that I offer for people to help them with their healing and learn how to heal. Sorry, something just broke. Also, thanks Nadine for the sage. This lovely soul gave me this at my retreat, and I'm loving it so much and such good energy. So one is my retreats. I have medicine retreats where I serve Cambo. We work with other medicines with different intentions. So the first 2 that are coming up for the end of the year, we have the Awaken Healer, which is an Awaken Healer retreat, teaching you how to be your highest timeline of your healer and be a healer, learning your archetype, your gifts, There's going to be medicine ceremony, cacao ceremony. You're going to learn about protecting your energy. You're going to learn about business, like how to create a conscious business. All that's included over the 7 nights, 8 days that we're working together in Costa Rica and Puerto Viejo. So if you're interested in that, really want to join and you are ready, message me because I'm about to close this space really soon because it's getting close. And I know some people just signed up. Last thing is we have the Remember Retreat, which is the ancestral retreat in St. Lucia in the Caribbean island. It's 7 nights. It's ancestral healing. If you've been wanting to connect with ancestors, love you too. Want to connect with ancestors. If you want to learn about, the patterns of your ancestors, your lineage, if you feel disconnected with your ancestors, we'll be doing constellation therapy, medicine ceremonies. We have 4 medicine ceremonies. There will be amazing vegan food and dieta food for all of those ceremonies as well. Breath work, more shadow work, inner child healing, reparenting learning, all of that is going to be in the ancestral healing. So again, if you're interested in that, DM me and say, I'm ready for the retreat, and I will give you the next steps to do to apply. Last thing is I have 2 spots for 2022 for my one-on-one container. So if you're interested in working with me in my 6-month container, is the rebirth. If you're ready to rebirth your life through healing and shadow work with various modalities, like I said, I work with various modalities, shamanic healing, plant medicine, akashic, past life, breath work, Reiki. There's a lot of modalities that I work with, and my biggest intention is to help you move on the other side, healing through, connecting with the elements, connecting with yourself. A lot of my work is shamanic. So again, if you're interested in learning more, I'm applying for that only if you are serious and ready for the change, because I will tell you this is not for someone who's not ready to receive change and movement, because that's going to happen in your life. Okay. So please, 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 again, do that. Oh my God, Celeste, I'm so excited for you to come. Oh, it's coming up soon. It's less than 3 weeks away. So I love you so much. Yeah, so change. If you're not ready for change, don't apply. Please. Like it's a very deep thing. Your whole life is going to change at your highest timeline. And if you're ready for that, come to the program, do that. And if you feel like there's fear, well, let me tell you, that's the best position to be in, because when there's fear to go into a container and do healing, that's when the biggest work can happen, because you're just about to step into the discomfort, and that discomfort is rebirth. So anyways, all this to say, I love you all so much. Happy Aries full moon. Thanks for joining me on Wisdom Wednesdays. I will see you guys soon. Like I said, talk to you soon. And thanks for hanging out. This was really cool. I'm happy I listened to the intuition. Love you all so much. Bye.